And so begins the journey. Yes, the beginning of the first semester. Now, I know some of you already have began the first semester. Those of you doing the medicines, perhaps some of you in other universities have begun already. But I think for the majority of us here, the first semester begins. So yes, what mindset do you take into the first semester? How do you improve on last year's performance? How do you meet your academic goals? How do you prevent burnout? How do you take care of your mental health? How do you do all that stuff? Because yes, guys, university is tough, and we all know this by this point. It is insane. It is a ride, and the content doesn't really get easier. I'll be very honest with you. It doesn't get easier. I personally don't think it gets easier. I think we just get used to it. We acclimatize more to the university conditions, to how they test us, to how they give us information, to all this stuff, the lectures. There may be changes here and there. There may be the things that they do different or whatever, but for the most part, it doesn't get easier. We just get better, if I can say that. So I think one of the most important things that you should take with you into this first semester is work from day one. Please, guys, take this advice. Work from day one. Don't wait for the second week to start working. Don't wait for the third week. Even don't wait for the third day to start working. I'd say as soon as your lectures start, get on top of the work, start working, start being consistent, and show up to your lectures. This is what makes the difference. And it's not just necessarily about the first few pieces of content that you grasp when you start working from the beginning, but it's the habit. It's instilling the correct habit for success. Now, if you begin working inconsistently and you start working late, you're already building the habit of delaying your input, delaying the work that you put in for a later stage. This is very unhealthy, and this is setting yourself up for failure. Yes, guys, so please, from the very beginning of the semester, as soon as lectures start, please attend and please work consistently. There is a reason why your work is structured the way it is. There is a reason why your lecturers say what they say and emphasize what they emphasize. So please don't think that you're smarter than everyone. Don't think you're smarter than your lecturers. Actually listen to them. Because as much as you may not believe it, but they do want the best for you. They want your success. That's why they give you the homework, the projects, the assignments, the advice, all that stuff. So listen to them and work effectively from day one. I think in doing this, you really give yourself the best possible chance at success and in completing your qualification in minimum time. I think as well, super important that you should take note of in the semester to come is, if you ever need help, don't feel like you should be doing this on your own. Don't feel like you should be figuring all this stuff on your own. You have lecturers for a reason. You have educators for a reason. They're there to help you. So if ever you feel stuck, you're confused, something is not coming together, don't feel like it's up to you to solve your own problem. Remember, this is the first time that you've been presented this work. This is the first time you're doing it. Perhaps if you're repeating it, maybe it's the second or third time or what have you. But do remember that it's a journey and you're progressively looking to get better. And in that journey, you may need some help here and there. And that's fine. That's okay. But don't ask for help too late. Don't wait until 3 days before the first semester test or a week before the first year test or what have you. Don't wait for a certain period of time before you write when you start asking for help. As soon as the problem presents itself, take action. Go forth and ask for help. And this is where the working from day one actually helps you, because you identify problems early. You identify when things are going wrong. You're able to identify them very quickly. I think another really important tip I can give for this semester is consistency. Consistency, I can't emphasize that one enough. I've emphasized it a lot of times in the WhatsApp community, that I know, but work consistently. This is the one thing that you can control, because remember, you can't control the results, you can't control the output, you can't control what they give you back after you've written a paper, the mark that you get. You can't control any of that, but you can control your input. And one of the things you can control within your input is consistency, is showing up every single day regardless of what happened in the previous day, because this is a massive determinant for success. You showing up every single day, you putting something forth in reaching your academic goals, in reaching your personal goals. This is so important, because no matter how hard you study before a paper, before an exam, remember that no amount of studying can undo an inconsistent semester. This is really important, and this is why, I've structured my podcast in a certain way to give off this information at the beginning, because it's so important, because towards the end it doesn't help you much, because you've already made the decisions that you've made, unfortunately. So that's why I'm sharing this episode so early on, because I want to encourage you guys to practice consistency from the beginning. You guys, showing up every day, and the days are not going to be all great days. You guys already know this. I said this in my episode last week. But every single day won't be a great day. Probably going to have more bad days than you are going to have good days. But the key is to keep on moving forward regardless of what happens. Don't use the previous day as a metric for what you should be doing tomorrow. That's setting yourself up for failure. Look at every single day as its own day. Try look at days in isolation, and isolate the day you had before, whether it was a good or bad day, and just focus on today. Focus on what you need to do today, focus on showing up today, focus on putting input in today, and then sleep and do the exact same tomorrow, guys. Because when you work consistently, then you start building up motivation and cumulative progress as well. And you might not see it in yourself, but you are getting better, you are improving, and you are reaching closer to your goals. So just have faith in the journey. A very important aspect of success is belief, self-belief, believing that you will succeed, you will overcome this year, you will pass, you will finish your degree. That self-belief is so important, because as soon as self-doubt starts creeping in, as soon as you start doubting your abilities to succeed, doubting your ability to reach the next level, as soon as that doubt comes in, guys, it's a very dangerous place you're in, The more you believe in yourself, the greater your chance of success, because when you believe in yourself, your brain starts focusing on how can I actually achieve what I believe I'm going to do, What steps do I need to take in order to achieve what I need to achieve? I did this a lot when I was studying. Of course, now I'm done studying, but I did this a lot where I just deeply instilled that belief in myself, in my abilities to succeed. And I think this is really what got me through university. I never failed a year. I passed every single year of mine, and I think a big component of that was me believing in myself, was me telling myself that, hey, no matter how hard things are going to get, no matter how bad things are going to get, I am going to do it. I am going to be successful, and I will look back at the end of the year and be proud of the decisions I made and the progress I made, and be proud of my result despite the results during the year. And I failed a lot of tests, believe you me. I failed a lot of tests, but I've never failed a module, because I always had that belief, and I worked consistently and applied every single thing that I'm really giving you guys. So this advice and this stuff that I share with you is coming from a place of having myself having used it as well. I'm not going to give you guys stuff that I don't use as well, and it's coming out of research as well, guys. So yes, guys, please do apply all these things that I am sharing. And I think as well, it's important what you do in your lowest moments, because you are going to have a lot of low moments this semester. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging. You're going to be down and out here and there. But what do you do in those moments? How do you pick yourself up? What are your healthy coping mechanisms that pull you back up to the place that you need to be? You need to start building that in yourself, and you need to start mentally preparing yourself for those low moments, what you're going to do to pull yourself back up to where you need to be. I'd say, honestly speaking, university is majoritively speaking a mental battle, a battle up here. Because once you've won this battle here, once you've overcome that self-doubt, once you beat those low moments, once you overcome all those mental obstacles, then nothing will defeat you. No matter what the lecturers put in your exams and tests, no matter what they throw at you, nothing will beat you. As long as you remain strong up here, as long as you remain focused, nothing will defeat you. So yes, guys, you know what? I want you guys to have an absolutely brilliant, fantastic semester. I want you guys to have the best semester that you've ever had. And I want you guys to really apply all this that I'm sharing. And I hope, of course, as always, that I've provided some value for you today. If you feel that this episode has helped you, below is another episode that you can watch. And yes, guys, please do subscribe to the channel as well. It has been me, Sifiso Mkhize, with another episode here. Until the next one, let's continue our journey in creating a better world.